Hello everyone, and welcome to a new challenge in the Pokémon Gold and Silver League. Today, we are going to take on the role of the 7th gym leader from Kanto, Blaine. He's a mysterious character who locked up his gym so the protagonist could explore the lab destroyed by Mewtwo. In Pokémon Gold and Silver, his entire gym is destroyed by the volcanic eruption on Cinnabar Island, which became active again. As a result, the protagonist has to travel to the Seafoam Islands to face the Fire-type gym leader of this generation. For those jumping into the series at episode 30, let me clarify. We're using Blaine's team, which consists of 3 Pokémon, to take on the Pokémon League to see if he could defeat it with the resources at his disposal. Before we begin, let me introduce you to his team. Blaine's lead Pokémon is Magcargo. This fire-rock-type Pokémon boasts solid defense, but as its design suggests, it's a fiery snail, meaning it's very slow, which is generally a problem for a Pokémon. However, it has 2 stab moves, which is great, along with Curse, a move that boosts its attack and defense at the cost of speed, something that doesn't matter for Magcargo anyway. The next Pokémon is Magmar, which appears offensively capable at first glance. Its move pool isn't too shabby, as it can boost its fire-type attacks with Sunny Day and use Thunder Punch as a solid alternative against water or flying Pokémon that populate the league. Finally, we have Rapidash, a level 50 Pokémon with great speed. If its move pool is used effectively, Fire Blast can deal significant damage, and having priority moves is always helpful. With the introductions done, we can climb the stairs leading to the first room of the league, where Will greets us warmly. Xatu isn't a threat capable of one-shotting us with Psychic, so Rock Slide can bring its HP down to the red zone. On the second turn, our Flamethrower lands, securing our first victory. Will then sends out his Water-type Pokémon to turn the tide. Sacrificing Magcargo to safely switch in Magmar isn't a bad idea initially, but since Slowbro starts boosting itself, the situation quickly becomes critical. We perform a hard switch to Magmar, and with 2 Thunder Punches, the Pokémon, whose tail supposedly fetches a fortune on Team Rocket's black market, is KO'd. Xatu is sent out again to assist, but another Thunder Punch is enough to drop it to the red zone. Psychic hits us back, and on the next turn, Xatu finishes us with its priority move. Back to the bag. This time, our fiery unicorn steps in to stomp the bird. With quick attack, we force Will to bring out his penultimate Pokémon, Jinx, the perfect chance to unleash Fire Blast, which easily takes out the Ice-type Pokémon. His final Psychic-type Pokémon isn't a fan of Fire types either, and once Fire Blast lands, Executor is defeated. That's it. First victory secured against the first trainer, and it's official. Blaine isn't the weakest gym leader in the Kanto region. He can continue his heroic journey to the second stage, where he'll face Koga. As usual, Ariados makes its presence known in the lead position, and Magcargo can use Flamethrower to eliminate the spider. Forretress is next, another poor choice, as Flamethrower makes short work of it too. Next up is Muck. Things get tricky here as Muck is bulkier and has the audacity to poison us. However, despite its evasion tactics, we manage to land 3 Flamethrowers, and the Pokémon returns to its Pokeball. Crobat comes in for revenge, but our Rock Slide halves its HP. Poison takes down our Lava Pokémon, but we bring in Rapidash to toy with the bat before finishing it off with Fire Blast. The final Pokémon, Venomith, doesn't stand a chance, forcing Koga to forfeit against his former colleague. Blaine's progress is solid, as he now faces Bruno, the fighting-type specialist. Bruno starts with Hitmontop, which opens with Dig. We switch in Rapidash, which tanks the super effective attack surprisingly well. Fire Blast pushes Hitmontop into the red, but we have to endure another Dig before finally taking it down. Onix is sent in to counter our fire types, but luckily, our Fire Blast burns it, cutting its earthquake damage significantly. At the end of the turn, the burn finishes it off. Rapidash performs admirably in the first 2 duels, and against Machamp, it continues to excel, pushing its HP into the orange. Magmar takes over, even though Bruno heals his Pokémon. Machamp is eventually weakened enough, leaving us with 127 HP as Hitmonlee enters the battlefield. Magmar summons the sun, boosting its fire-type moves, and its Fire Punch drops Hitmonlee to the red. Hitmonlee retaliates with High Jump Kick, but we're faster and defeat it with the next attack. Hitmonchan is up next, and with a solid hit, it knocks out Magmar. We send out Magcargo, and since Hitmonchan opts for a weak but fast fighting move, 2 Flamethrowers are enough to claim victory, not just in this duel, but against Bruno overall. That's 3 out of 3 so far, with only 3 Pokémon. All 3 Pokémon have contributed significantly to this challenge, which is still ongoing. Now, Blaine faces Karen and her Dark types. Against Umbreon, we aim to weaken it as much as possible before our accuracy is lowered. With 3 Flamethrowers and some luck, we take it down. Gengar is sent out next and uses Curse on Magcargo, whose accuracy is already low. It's time to switch Pokémon. Rapidash trots into battle, and with Fire Blast, Gengar is eliminated. Murkrow may sport a stylish hat, but it doesn't appreciate third-degree burns. Fire Blast scorches it, leaving it charred. Karen has only 2 Pokémon left, one of which is Houndoom. Thank you, Game Freak, for giving Blaine a Pokémon he could have had, but alas, it wasn't meant to be. Rapidash continues to use Fire Blast, landing all 3 times and taking down Houndoom unless Karen heals it. We run out of PP and Houndoom defeats us with Crunch. Magmar steps in and finishes the job with Thunder Punch, leaving Karen's final Pokémon, Vileplume. It's no match for our team, and Karen's Pokémon join the grand bonfire lit by Blaine's team. Will the lack of Water-type Pokémon, proportionally to the whole Pokédex of the game, help Blaine to become champion? Finally, Blaine heads to the last room of the Elite Four to face the champion, Lance, and his dragon, especially and flying Pokémon. Lance's first Pokémon is Gyarados, one of the worst threats to our team. To stand a chance, we swap out Magcargo, who is doubly weak to water moves, and send in Magmar. Magmar tanks Surf and uses Thunder Punch to bring the Sea Serpent into the red zone. Another Surf finishes Magmar, and Rapidash is tasked with taking out the biggest threat. In theory, anyway, as Lance sends out Aerodactyl next, a Pokémon that also has a type advantage against us. Rapidash manages to land a Fire Blast on Aerodactyl, but Rock Slide hits hard, pushing Rapidash's HP into the orange. Fortunately, Rock Slide's accuracy isn't perfect, allowing us to dodge one and punish Aerodactyl. The series of Dragonites begins. Rapidash puts up a fight, but Dragonite specializes in overpowering opponents and takes down our second Pokémon with Hyper Beam. Back to the bag for our last Pokémon, Magcargo, who has a stab advantage against Lance's entire team. Magcargo tanks a Thunder, and we use Curse to boost our stats. Dragonite attacks again and misses, so Rock Slide takes it down, showcasing Blaine's commendable performance in this tough matchup. Even better, the next Dragonite fails to KO us with 2 Hurricanes, while we eliminate it with 2 Rock Slides. Finally, the level 50 Dragonite, the strongest Pokémon in the league, ends our hopes with Outrage. This battle you've seen is Blaine's best attempt against Lance. Usually, Gyarados does more damage. Aerodactyl lands all its Rock Slides, and the level 50 Dragonite sweeps without issue. And so, the challenge ends here for Blaine, who fought valiantly all the way to the final trainer of the league. His Monotype team reached the pinnacle of the league, and he deserves credit for that. I hope you enjoyed this challenge and are hyped for the final episode featuring Kanto's gym leaders, because one of them might have a chance to defeat the final boss of the game. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, or even subscribe if you haven't already. It helps the channel grow and bring you more content. See you soon for more adventures. Au revoir.